Hey Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning into your weekly bonus love reading. This will be a reading focused on love for Capricorn singles and couples, and we shall see what comes up in the cards as to your messages for the upcoming week. Let's jump into the reading. 6 cards, 2 different decks, and reading some reversals as well, Capricorn. Capricorn. Love. Okay, more passion is coming into the picture. More passion in your connection. 2 of Cups, though, is reversed. I'm wondering if there is someone else you're thinking about, or there's a couple of options coming up around you, Capricorn. 2 of Wands. It can be 2 different connections or 2 different people coming up romantically. Both are coming up quite forward, not developing into a relationship just yet, because we can see the 2 of Chalices is reversed. Now, this is perhaps more apt for singles, although couples may experience some reversals of 2 of Cups. So the connection could be at a bit of a standstill here. Okay, 6 of Wands is, you can see the picture of the boat. This is all about moving forward, sailing into the sunset, but it's upside down, Capricorn. There's something going on here with the Hangman. The Hangman sort of sits in between and separates this movement forward. And also with the Knight of Swords, there's lack of urgency here. I wonder if someone's getting really comfortable that they feel like they don't need to act anymore, or they don't feel like they need to approach something with a sense of urgency. The Hangman usually does represent things left in suspense, but he is reversed. So his reversal could very well indicate that I feel like the Hangman reversed is like he doesn't fear punishment, or he doesn't fear the consequences. So it's like this, meh, it is what it is. What happens, happens. I'm not really fazed by it. This sort of attitude might be coming in around you, Capricorn, whether your own or someone you're dealing with. Maybe they're just not feeling it anymore. You're not feeling it. There's a lack of, I would say, care factor or urgency. I don't know if it's because of like different, there's some sort of factor here that makes you different to one another. It could be like living situation, it could be background, cultural beliefs, religion. That sort of separates you. So this distinction is potentially parting a connection or a relationship in some way. Maybe this is more heightened for those Capricorns who are involved in a long distance relationship or a long distance connection. With this Wanda energy, that could be you. But there is 3 out of the 6 cards are fire cards, Aries, Sag, or Leo. So maybe that's heightened for those Cappies dealing with fire signs directly. Page of Wands is an expression of passion, though. So I feel like there's passion coming in. But the Page of Wands, I feel like, lacks commitment or lacks long-term ability. He's more about living in the moment, living in the now. He pursues his desires and passions, and whilst he can be quite lustful, so, you know, whilst the physical of your connection could be quite strong, there's other areas that are lacking in the connection, and I think you might be starting to notice that. The Page of Wands, I feel, sometimes pushes boundaries. So it can be someone trying to try their luck with you somehow, Capricorn. But I don't think it's going to sit well with you. I certainly don't think you're going to tolerate it. But this person doesn't seem fazed by how serious your reaction could be. Now, perhaps they don't know you well enough, or perhaps they haven't, you know, sort of pushed your buttons before to know what really gets you going, or where they're at type thing, or where you're at, sorry, I should say. So it's almost like they want to push your buttons. They're testing the waters. I think they're testing to see what you'll tolerate, actually, where you draw the line. Things could be a bit of a standstill right now. I don't know if it's something to do with like open-mindedness. They're being very open, and they want to see if you're receptive to that, if you too are open-minded. This could be mentally, sexually, physically. They're wanting to test that before they get committed to you. So maybe this is like their way of seeing if you guys are compatible, maybe. So if you aren't necessarily involved in this connection as yet, Capricorn, or even if you have been, they might be trying to push the waters before they come in and be like, yep, Two of Chalices, let's be monogamous, let's be committed. Not that I see disloyalty, but I don't feel like they're taking it as seriously as they could or as seriously as they should, Capricorn. And there may be opportunities for you to pull them up on that this week. Because Knight of Swords, you know, this is lack of urgency. They're, you know, possibly like kicking back, going, yeah, one foot on top of the other. Okay, let's see how they react. Could it be a little bit of mind games? I feel like they don't fear consequences with the Hangman reversed. And Six of Wands would indicate a non-victorious outcome. So you might not be too happy. You might not be too pleased, Capricorn, with the way this person is conducting themselves in this relationship or whatever sort of connection you have. But again, you might start to see some cracks, but I think it's either to do with distance, culture, even being apart. Like if I think isolation, that whole isolation or lockdown will really come to a culmination for some of you Cappies, especially if you have felt that you have been apart and then suddenly sort of coming back together. It could indicate what's sort of throwing them off a little bit. I think it's more you though. I think it's going to be throwing you off, but of course each situation is going to be very different, so we must keep that in mind. But I do feel like there is more passion, but more living in the moment than long-term planning, or not really moving forward because care factors are very, very different between the both of you, I think, this week. So something maybe you have to keep an eye out on. I'll leave it at that though, Cappy. So I do hope that has been helpful. I very much want to thank you again for viewing this reading.